Green, originally from Washington, D.C., capital of the United States. Urban neighborhood I was born in and raised. Now I work in finance, accounting, finance. I've been in there for about 15 years. So I work my career in accounting. I like accounting because you get to work with numbers, know the inside of a business. You know how a business works. You can work in any business, any field, and you know exactly what's going on with that business. So the exciting part about that is, no matter what industry you're talking about, field you're talking about, it always relates back to accounting. Everyone wants to know how much money you made and how much money you lost. So being in the accounting field, you always have your hands on that. So I think that's the best part of the field. Probably is a little longer of a journey. Took me, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I know I wanted to go to college. I didn't know what I wanted to do. College is where I kind of figured that out. I studied economics when I was in college. I like numbers, so economics was kind of closest thing to doing just pure math. And I thought I wanted to do math, but realized that's not what I liked. I kind of took a couple of economics classes. I did well, and I kind of fell into economics. Graduated with an economics degree, and upon graduation, I was looking for my first job. One of the big 6 firms at that time came to recruit. They wanted to get liberal arts majors to go into accounting. So I figured it was a good deal the program would pay for my master's in accounting, at least give me time to study for my master's, and while working at the firm. So, they were one of the biggest firms in the country at the time, practicing audit and tax advisory services, so I figured I couldn't go wrong with that. So I got the master's and went to work for them and started out in Big 6 audit and went from there. So that it was kind of a domino effect for the rest of my career from there. One thing leads to the next, you do well. Challenges in my career, I think it's the same as everyone has in their career, is you finally have to figure out how do you make it in a corporate environment. Was my biggest challenge. My family didn't work in a corporate environment, so that was the biggest challenge, trying to figure out how to navigate a corporate environment when you didn't have teachers to teach you how to navigate a corporate environment. So trying to figure out what was important, what you needed to be concerned with, just simple mannerisms and how to deal with your coworkers, how to work along with people, how to be a leader, things of that I didn't learn growing up. I had to acquire on the job and to figure out how do I make my way in this environment, which I'm not as fully trained as some of my peers. So that was probably my biggest challenge, is figuring that out, how to succeed in this environment. In college, I had role models, mentors were basically my advisors, trying to figure out what classes I should take. Once I got out to in the corporate world, I really didn't reach out to the mentors, which is probably my fault. I had a mentor that reached out to me when I started at the Big 6, but I didn't know how to cultivate that relationship at that time, so I didn't really take it. So I know I always wanted to work in business. I would look at movers and shakers in the industry. Of course, you have your Bill Gates started Microsoft. Just people that had an idea and they wanted to bring that idea to market. That really, is what drives me and what I looked up to. Really, to at some point, why business intrigued me is one day I figured I wanted to open my own business. So I figured learning business would help me. I was kind of lucky. I worked in audit in my career. So one of my duties is to try to save money, make better processes. In my career, I've helped save tens of millions of dollars, just implementing new processes to make a transaction work better and more efficient. That might have been closing a plant. That might have been making the plant run more efficiently. That might have been combining processes that were 10 fragmented processes into one. So, it was kind of my job to do that. So, it was probably came more naturally for me than in other fields to help do that. But that was part, I would say my biggest accomplishments in business is really improving processes and how we do things, figuring out how what objective we're trying to reach and put in the process to get there the most effective way. It's versus savings that I've achieved in my career working for a tool rental company. Biggest savings were we opened up an accounts payable center down in Atlanta, Florida. The process was fragmented, spread across 200 or plus locations around the US and Canada. So we wanted to centralize that process and bring it down to Florida. We were spending about $100 million a year to have this done fragmented, and the costs associated with not centralizing your payables and having some visibility to when and where things are getting paid. So we wanted to get a handle on that and to get that cost down. Move the center down. I work for a large tool manufacturer, and one of the cost savings we did was centralize the accounts payable process. In there, we saved about $80 million off of that yearly cost. I work for a biomedical company, and one of my roles was to review new research projects and review all the research projects that we had for the company. And in that, killed a lot of projects that we would have spent about $20 million on, and without any real clear sight into what revenue we were going to gain. You asked about my other talents, which seem to not mesh with accounting. I'm also a musician as well. Don't like the term rapper, more of a hip hop artist. I started off with my friends in college. We would do a little bit of college tours, kind of freestyle hip hop at that time. I graduated from school and I wanted to really make my own music. So my first check, I bought a drum machine. Didn't know much about music and composition, but I knew I could write lyrics for songs. So took time, a lot of reading, a lot of studying, and a lot of natural things that we all know about music, and combine those to figure out how to produce my own music. Yo, when I was 13, my mama left me, never came back. My dad, he never left me. Go figure that. My relationships are unstripped, cause every time I hold tight, I see them was my grip. So this is for my lady. Hold on, baby. The night is over. The moon gon' be crazy. Yeah, and I could have had plenty, but I ain't choosing it. She don't even feel me for real. Life is all about choice. No, choose to move to the sound of a voice. And what is my choice? Whether I'ma win or lose, or maybe I got something to prove. But when the whistle blows, the umpire leaves, and we all realize that we really see. They say what they want, but me, I just say what I believe. And y'all see, yo, back for here, that's what we in. My favorite song, The Golden Rule, my new album that project I'm working on right now, is my life. I'm really just telling a story about my life and what I've been through, what I'm going through now, and just my feelings about the world and how the world's interacting with me. So it's kind of my favorite song because the beat's raw. It's one of those beats that just came to me while I was sitting on the beach, and I kind of came home and wrote down the melody I had in my head. So that's probably one of my favorite songs. The bit of advice I can give is do what you love, never give up on what you love. I do have a accounting degree. I love working in finance. I love music as well. Try to make your own path. I'm making my own path daily with this. And you can too. No one can define what path you are going to be on, but choose a path, figure out where you want to go, and figure out what you love. That's more important to me. I think Shashamani should help with underprivileged kids, because I believe we all should. I think we all have a piece to lend a helping hand to someone who needs help in any way we can. So I think this organization, as well as we all, are kind of charged with helping individuals that need help. I feel obligated, as I feel we all should feel, to give back, is that at some point in my life someone has helped me that I didn't know. I spent the last 2 years in a very good private high school on a scholarship. So someone I don't know helped me there. So I feel that we all have this obligation and duty to give back and to help. I am Kenny Green. I am Shashamani Sunrise. A pencil can go a very long way.